Evil Squid Comics podcast. We are part of the Collector's Maze Network.
Don.
Scott.
Andrew.
Rocketfellers, Volume 1.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Peter J. Tomasi.
Yep.
Story and words. And then looks like Francis Manapul.
Good old Frank.
Story and art. So, and then some colorists and other people there. Rocketfellers. It's basically about a family, like to your point, kind of a Fantastic Four riff from the future that they have something that, of course, evil people want, and they're trying to figure out how to keep it out of these evil people's hands. And so, in their infinite wisdom, they decide to jump in a machine, type of machine, and they go back in time. And so then they're trying to act like a regular, normal family back, I don't know.
It's like modern day, right?
Yeah, it's modern day, but I can't remember where they were from.
And they're trying to fit in.
And they're trying to fit in.
And there's a twist early on. Some major, well, not really a major.
What's the twist?
I was going to say, there's not really a twist, but you do kind of have
What do you
a
think the
larger
twist is?
death.
Not a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
You have-
there's
you have
there's a large death.
Yeah, there's kind of a
Oh,
fairly
yeah,
large
there is.
death at the very beginning.
That's
the first
what I meant.
One of the
first
family
issue.
members dies.
Yeah. Now, if you want to talk about twist, by the time you get to the end of this particular volume, I don't think it's quite the end, but somewhere there towards the end, there is a bit of a twist where you find out the bad person is, or at least what you think of the antagonist is a relative, to them. So yeah, there's a bit of that. That's probably what you would probably put into the twist realm, especially considering when you read the very first issue, our so-called antagonist watches, one of the family members drowned and doesn't even help him. And then you find out later, oh God, they're even related to him, and, watched him drown. So, because of the fact that this family goes back in time, they are trying to fit in. So, I think that's a little bit of some weird choices, I guess, from a narrative standpoint. You have this first issue that's all about, lots of action. You have a death, they're trying to get out. They get back, and things in time. And then your second issue is like this happy Christmas holiday special, in which it's the family trying to fit in, and they're trying to get themselves a Christmas tree and some other stuff. In a lot of ways, it's trying to do characterization, the family, and trying to show their differences and things. But it's just a very weird tone shift, from this action-packed, powerful first issue to going, what the hell am I in now? Now I just went to Leave It to Beaver world or something, and in some aspects, of things, of this normal family. So, and then after that, it starts getting more, into the story, and what type of, what would you say, a deeper narrative, of maybe where it wants to go, and the fact that, there's the father figure, the father is trying to experiment on something that he took from the future that I think everybody was after, and he's trying to learn more about it. You have, the mother who seems to be a bit of a hotshot pilot daredevil, trying to fit in this world. You've got the son who, doesn't want to be here at all and is trying to, reintroduce technology he's used to here in this world and stealing money. And then that's a weird story in itself, because you come to find out that the son is stealing money from some type of big European mafia type group who's like, what the hell is going on? And they want to, and they're real crazy eccentric twins or something like this that revel in violence, and torture. And so now they're after them, and it's almost like this strange comic relief, though, in a way, because they send people out to the house when the family's not there, and of course the dog dispatches them and things. So from a narrative perspective, it's got this strange, it's like trying to pack in things that you kind of nostalgic wise you kind of feel, trying to get this humor, trying to build up these characters, but then trying to tell a bigger story. And sometimes I just don't feel like it always works. I'm like, just tell me the freaking story, the
there
main
really
thing
isn't a story, like it's
there
mostly just
is this
them integrated into society.
It's them trying to integrate into society, but there is a bigger story here. We
don't really touch much on that.
But you touch back on it here and there. And out of, what is this, supposed to be 5 or 6 issues?
6 issues.
Yeah, 6 issues. And then by the end of the 6th issue, you're finally like, oh my gosh, yeah, the big bad, that kind of knows where they're at, or something to this effect, and maybe actually trying to chase them down. But you also have like this weird other thing where like he's got a brother, that's still in the future that's part of like a time police, organization, and they even introduced that a little bit where they went back to the old west and had something. So there's a lot of little side things that
A lot
are
of
going
side
on.
things, but the
that-
main story, not much is really
Right.
happening.
Yeah, it just doesn't go on as much there. And I think that hurts it in a lot of ways. I think I'd rather just be a little bit more pointed in where they want to go, on here. And all
Yeah.
these little side things just feel like it's, almost like what season of Lost, the third or fourth season or something, where it was like just a bunch of filler. You feel like you're just getting into something and they're putting tons of filler in there. So
I guess I don't see it filler. Like, I kind of dug it because it's kind of like its own kind of different thing. Like, it's really not about like the main narrative driving forward. It's more about this family just like kind of going through family stuff. Like, it feels very almost slice of life-ish.
I don't know.
What I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Little
trying to
bit.
fit in this like little bit of a sitcom type of thing. And I
Yeah.
guess for me, I don't
wanna
know
read
that.
a
I don't
sitcom
want that. Yeah.
comic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool. I kind of enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm kind of with you that there's a lot going on and not a lot happening.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Not a lot forward movement in the main story.
I would agree, and I think that's for me was a little bit more of a disappointment. I think. Don't get me wrong; it was a little bit of an enjoyable romp. I
Yeah.
would probably keep reading to see where it goes, but it's not something that just really grabbed me either.
Yeah.
If I never read another issue, I probably will add it too. But if somebody came across and go, "Hey, Scott, Rockefeller's finished off. You want to read it?" Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I kind of dug the fact that it was a little bit different. But it's all good.
Well, it's different,
you're
but yet
looking for.
familiar
yeah,
in a lot of effects.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, like they're
I
interacting
almost
with
feel
like
like
the
it's
neighbors.
like a little riff on Third Rock from the Sun or something.
Yeah, it's got kind of that vibe.
You know.
It does kind of feel like a sitcom. Like there's
Yeah.
the nosy neighbor, and they're like trying not to reveal themselves, but yet keep doing weird stuff. And the neighbor's
Yeah.
like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. But yeah, it seemed like maybe the main narrative could have been a little
Well,
more
and maybe that was
focused.
part of the problem there too. It gets this sitcom-y type of feel, but after that first issue where it was a little bit of this
dark.
yeah, it has this little dark aspect there to it
Yeah.
of, oh wow, you lost like a main character of your family, and it seems like there's really showing you, hey, there's consequence, in this world and things. And then you went to this lighthearted riff for like 4 issues, I mean, it just that tonal, shift, I think in some ways to me is just like, I don't know what to believe.
You're looking at it all wrong. That family area.
I guess that's what it should have been.
You
Yeah.
took it the wrong way.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I mean, I don't think it's that lighthearted. It's just they're just doing more family type stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Perhaps, yeah.
I don't know.
They're trying to build up some of those characters, but they're building it up in this sitcom-y type of way, though, too, which I think is it just a little bit more jarring to me than maybe, obviously, than it was for you.